Okay, hello. It's Osama Dangar. The project is Ecovoltics with ID number 15458. Okay, let's imagine our city where the transport sector runs only on electric vehicles. It's gonna be clean, efficient, and sustainable, and with lower price. And that's the vision of Ecovoltics. It's an intelligent energy management system for EV charging using AI, IoT, and GIS. The problem is that EV charging relies heavily on the electric grid, which is already unstable in Lebanon. And also the lack of integration of solar renewable energy and also the lack of smart management leads to user wastes, energy waste, and user frustration. And also, the EV charging stations are installed without any analysis for the solar exposure and the peak EV demand points. This all results in a time delay, in inefficiency, higher prices, and also burden on the poor national grid in Lebanon. The solution comes with Ecovoltics through an intelligent energy, solar-optimized EV charging network by integrating, first of all, IoT, where the system monitors in real time the solar power availability. The solar power availability, the charger status and grid conditions. AI makes optimizing schedule based on the optimum power plan. And GIS, where GIS tracks the best mapping for the stations based on high solar power and high EV demand locations. Integrating all together, we get our Ecovoltics solution. Also, through a mobile app, users get recommendations, personalized recommendations for the low charging cost based on the optimum plan for time and location. Okay, what sets us apart, Tesla and others, is our full stack integration of renewable energy and smart control. We're using AI, IoT, and GIS. So Ecovoltics is clean, is accessible, and is designed for limited energy areas, like here in Lebanon. In Lebanon, we have more than 1.5 million registered vehicles, and that's our TAM. The EV sector grew by 39% in 2024 in Lebanon. And this shows strong potential and defines our SAM. Well, this percentage is expected to expand rapidly in the near future. Our SAM focuses on early adopters like universities, municipalities, and EV customers, and we aim to capture around 5 to 10% of this market. In the business model, we partner with electrical solar companies like Ijazi in order to continue our smart EV charging work. The revenue streams come from charging fees, hardware subscriptions, and consulting, and each station costs in the range of $10 to $20K per unit. We are currently in the prototype phase, making AI testing and GIS mapping. Next step is to deploy a pilot station in a university campus and to launch our app. And within 1 year, we aim to grow for more than 10 stations. Our team combines technical expertise with strong academic and industry background. We're requesting around $10,000 funding in order to complete our prototype platform, to complete the software development, and to launch our pilot station. Well, finally, Ecovoltics is not only a project, it's a scalable solution for smarter green energy future right here in Lebanon, and with your support, and thank you.
It's learning faster than we can follow, adapting, replacing, rewriting everything.
I don't know where to start.
In a world racing forward, some are left reading from a book no one made relatable.
I get lost in this. Recursion does not make sense.
They're not learning, they're surviving. With every unanswered question, they slip further from a future they're meant to understand. This isn't just hard, it's impossible, and it's pushing a generation to the edge.
This is the future we're supposed to build, but they never taught us how to understand it. Why is it so distant?
They've been given a map without a legend, a code no one ever translated. Recursion Explained could be the thread of a story, but they've never heard it told that way. Without understanding, there is no future. Act before it's too late.
So, why starting off with a story, or maybe a video like this? Because stories really make you immersed. You want to know more about the flow of events, or even the characters. And CS as an abstract topic, something that is not related to storytelling at all, we can ensure that using the same magic in fairy tales, we're going to be able to teach algorithms. How? Enough with the anecdotes. I'm Maria Hassan, a computer science enthusiast, and my project code is 15596. I'm here today to show you how kids can fall in love with computer science through storytelling. Our goal is to reach 240K students in Lebanon, whether they were in public schools, private schools, or even universities. Working hand in hand with schools, obviously, and AI labs, in addition to community groups, we're going to be able to achieve our interest, mainly through school licenses and freemium family plans. We have actually interviewed non-CS teachers, and by the survey you can see on the screen, we have actually achieved very positive results. They loved the idea, and they considered it not just a gadget, it was a game changer. And I think it's enough vital to empower the students and the teachers. So we worked on the prototype, and we finished it. Another thing on our checklist is testing it, which is already done. Next up is going through the public beta and finally expansion. Through all of this, we can see that it's evolving chapter by chapter. I would like to dwell on something that my colleagues have talked a lot about education today, right? So I think what specializes us here in the education field, immersing the idea of storytelling, like we know, there's a lot of competitors in the field. For example, Khan Academy, a very powerful academy that we all might know about it. So what makes us different? What makes you want to fund us? I think that specifically, we have the idea of something emerging, which is AI. In addition to something that is very interesting, which is storytelling. Because kids don't just want to know the idea. They want to enjoy their time during knowing that idea. So we're gonna teach coding, yes, but we're gonna do it with a plot twist. I would like to identify my team, my beloved Dr. Mariat Awad, and she's also my supervisor, and my colleague Ranam Hamoud, shout out to you Ranam, and me, Maria Hassan. Working hand in hand, we're gonna ask, what's next? So I did talk a lot today, and what's gonna happen next throughout all of this? So, yes, we are going to work on a lot of things, but we know that CS is not an easy topic. It's very abstract, it's very hard. So it does need a team in the project that will allow all of this to happen and to make that creativity scale upward. We're going to need a team of software developers, graphic designers, and educators. We're going to work hand in hand to achieve all of that. And finally, I would like to end this in a way to wrap up everything to say that our main goal is very simple. We want that little kid to say, I finally get it. We want to transform the boring hello world into once upon a time, where a quiet soldier achieves all of this and all the students learn happily ever after. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So our project is entitled FPGA-based Smart NIC. Project number is 15674. Let's start with a question. If a cyber attack hits your company, ministry, or telecom provider right now, how long do you consider would it take to be detected, respond, and recover? It can be said that it takes too much, or maybe it will never be solved. Global and Lebanese infrastructure are vulnerable, and we're losing time, we're losing trust, and we're losing money. And most importantly, we're losing data, which is considered nowadays most valuable currency. As we depend on imported security defense mechanisms and tools, big tech giants as Google manufacture their own network infrastructure hardware because they do not trust vendors that are external to be implemented into their infrastructure. So we asked ourselves, why don't we do the same, and we do the building of the network infrastructure in-house in Lebanon to protect Lebanon inside out. Current firewalls and prevention systems are slow, they are software-based, and they take too much to reply. Lebanon has no scalable, intelligent, and locally controlled network defense platform. There is no real open source data that shows us what is happening. We rely on imported black boxes, which is not sustainable at all. Our project builds something different. It's considered to be a digital gatekeeper using a hardware security defense mechanism, which is considered to be globally the most efficient, yet rarely used. Why? Because of its logic complexity. But aside of that, despite this complexity, we have built our own intellectual property using this logic, using the low-level programming on the hardware and custom design techniques. We built a smart NIC network interface card that is transparent, adaptable, and locally engineered. Our smart NIC stops the attack before even reaching the end device's CPU. It integrates AI that detects threats and classifies them. It also allows live updates for AI models and rules using SDN with no need to restart. It is built on an FPGA, which means it is reprogrammable. This is not just hardware. The intellectual property we built the filtering logic, the AI engine, and the control plane. If you're interested to join this market, you're joining a global market worth more than $50 billion. And in the MENA region alone, they are paying more than $2.7 billion. Our obtainable market are the ISPs like Ogero, universities, and ministries. How do we make money? We make money by licensing our smart NIC logic, by selling the hardware unit, and by annual updates and support. An institute pays once for the hardware device and annual payments for AI and logic updates. Okay, regarding the roadmap, we've already completed the simulation, the research phase, and the logic filtering. What's next? We're deploying AI models into hardware and installations of logic simulation into the hardware also. We'll be beginning the very first local Lebanese study about security and cyber attacks patterns and how to prevent them. This is something the country has never had before. Compared with other smart NICs available in the market, I just need one last sec. Compared with other NICs in the market, we're as fast but transparent. We're modular and we're local. Our team is backed, we're 4 students, and we're backed with academic supervision who are experts in the field. We seek 10,000 euros in order to develop our prototype and test it in real traffic environment. This is not a student project, it's a national investment and a local innovation. It is built here, maintained here, and it is also owned here. And we're ready to move forward. Thank you.
My ID number is 14266. Hello, I'm Hiba, and today I'm going to produce my PhD research about the sustainable production of metallic nanoparticles and their multi-phased industrial applications. The Earth is screaming. 2024 wasn't just hot. It was the hottest year in history with greenhouse gases at unprecedented levels. By 2050, 90 million people will be forced to leave their homes due to water shortage and climate changes. 2 billion people don't have access to clean water, and every 8 seconds, a child dies due to water-related diseases. But don't lose hope, as innovative solutions are on the rise. We are synthesizing silver zinc oxide and silver-doped zinc oxide nanoparticles from lotus tetragonolopus flower found in Lebanese villages known as Asabi' Zainab. This green, sustainable, and eco-friendly approach will assess 3 global challenges: water pollution, wound healing, and dental implant application. The industrial feasibility of this process lies in the simplicity of the process, which only needs eco-friendly materials and doesn't need sophisticated technological equipment nor highly skilled labor. My nanoparticles are a powerhouse. They are able to degrade mixtures of complex dyes, mimicking real-life examples. With an outstanding efficiency up to 96%. Here are undeniable proof of their catalytic activity in degrading mixtures of dyes for water contamination. Also, my nanoparticles exhibit an antimicrobial activity against a broad spectrum of bacteria and fungi, not only inhibiting, but also killing up to 99% of the pathogens. This rivals that of the commercial antibiotics. This is why my nanoparticles can be incorporated into band-aids, accelerating wound healing, and also they offer durability and long-lasting effect in dental implant applications. We will start with the dental implant application, focusing in our SOM on the Lebanese market, starting with 7 dental factories that currently rely on importing their raw materials. Then we will expand into the Arab countries. Eventually, we aim to expand globally within the international industries that are estimated by $5 to $6 billion annually. Now, we will start our strategy first by distributing free samples to key dental factories. Then, in order to gain trust, then we will move to a B2B model. Then, eventually, we will launch a website and a platform to enhance our project and visibility and sales. Now, our project has a good market value because it is eco-friendly, it is cost-effective, and also it is eco-friendly. Now, so far we have synthesized zinc and silver oxide nanoparticles and proved their antimicrobial activity and their catalytic degradation in the dyes. Our aim now is the next step to synthesize a hybrid nanoparticles, mixing these two together in order to increase their performance. Also, the next step will be in parallel, we are marketing this prototype and prototyping development. Currently, there is no direct competition with the Lebanese market because it solely relies on chemically synthesized zinc oxide. Here are some of the chemically synthesized zinc oxide. They are less eco-friendly, and they also are 30% more expensive. With a solution this strong, it's no surprise we are backed by a team of experts in nanotechnology, green chemistry, and microbiology. Every euro will drive impact, from sourcing materials to lab testing to packaging to expert support, and also in smart marketing, all enabling our launch into the real world. Small impact, yet big, small particles, sorry, yet big impact. Let's turn Lebanon from consumer to creator together. Let's turn Lebanon into a creator. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jad Farhat and I'm going to be presenting my project Ion Pulse with the ID 14287. 1 in 8 people globally suffer from some sort of chronic disease. These silent killers take over 43 million lives every single year, not because we don't have enough treatments, but because we detect them way too late. Blood tests, although accurate, are invasive, expensive, and often feared or skipped. Not to mention that they only offer snapshots of your health data, leaving long gaps of critical changes going undetected. And according to the New England Journal of Medicine, early detection drops the overall mortality by 30%. That's 13 million people that could be saved every year, and 13 million families that don't have to suffer from the loss of a loved one. We don't need better treatments. What we actually need are better methods of detection. And this is exactly where Ion Pulse comes in. We developed a device that is a non-invasive wearable sensor that gives your body a voice before the symptoms strike. It offers affordable, real-time, continuous health monitoring, telling you when to act early and giving you the control. Using smart chemistry, it filters through the ions in your sweat completely non-invasively, and it does this obviously non-invasively, and then it transmits it over to a Bluetooth module. The total available market, clinical grade wearables, is valued around $40.7 billion globally, with a $690 million market opportunity right here in the Middle East as health systems modernize, with a $2 million segment right here in Lebanon across chronic care patients and hospitals. Our revenue model is multi-tiered. We're relying on a one-time device sale with recurring patch replacements, as well as app subscriptions that offer data analysis and real-time alerts. Moving on, we plan on utilizing business-to-business models with hospitals, medical centers, and pharmaceutical chains. Such a composite model allows for a stable and a recurring income revenue, and also targets the high market need segments such as diabetes patients, chronic kidney disease patients, and elderly patients. And when it comes to the competition, Ion Pulse stands out as the only wearable in the scene that can detect 4 ions simultaneously and completely non-invasively, while being power efficient all at the same time. What really sets us apart is our customizable design that allows for rapid development and the ability to cater the device to specific clinical needs. So far, we have completed an MVP, worked on the Bluetooth functionality, and we validated the early performance of the sensor in the lab. Next up, we plan on integrating everything together into a full product, followed by clinical validation and product launch set to be in 12 to 18 months. We're a science-driven team with deep technical and clinical expertise. Ion Pulse isn't just another wearable. It's a shift towards proactive, real-time health monitoring. And with your help, we are ready to bring it to life right here from Lebanon and scaling it up from there. Ion Pulse, don't wait for the lab, wear the lab. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Tamara Al-Halabi, a medical laboratory and technology student. My ID project is 14311. So today I'll be presenting BTEC project, a new innovative solution to revolutionize medical waste management. Medical waste management is not a future threat, it's a current emergency, and at the root of medical waste management we have lack of awareness, lack of data and monitoring, and lack of sustainable process. Our value proposition is to relieve the customer pain through reducing the environmental footprint and ensuring compliance, and by simplifying the medical waste disposal process through a cost-effective, traceable, and a clear process, which is medical waste acquisition, transportation, and biodegradation. So it's circular, it's natural, and it works. We harness the power of the Galleria melanella larva thanks to its unique salivary enzymes which are able to biodegrade stubborn material. Our small-scale experiments have proven the effectiveness of this process. As you can see here, paraffin, a common waste in hospitals and in laboratories, after incubation with the waxworms for only 48 hours, its mass have reduced by 16.2%. And in this graph, you can see that some samples have underwent a full degradation process, reflecting the power of this larva and the potential of this project in sustainable medical waste management. So we'll scale up the biodegradation through waxworms as an industrial service. By acquiring selected medical waste, transportation to our facility where biodegradation with waxworms will take place through a monitored and controlled cycle of service. So the global market value of medical waste management is $16.4 billion, projected to be $27.5 billion by 2032. In Lebanon, the market value is $27.4 million per year. Our business model targets dual segments, business to business, which offer the waxworms biodegradation service, and the business to consumer, which offer byproducts such as compost. We aim to track 4 key performance: the volume of the byproduct, the volume of biodegraded waste, the decrease in the rate of non-compliance, and the increase in the subscriptions of our service. As our competitors in Lebanon rely on combustion and pyrolysis for managing waste, we offer a new solution, which is biodegradation through waxworms and generating a new product, which is compost, aiming for traceability and transparency in the environmental impact. Our dedicated team member is the senior member, Dr. PhD, a biomedical assistant professor in biomedical science, Ms. Lama Hambale, a lab manager and a medical laboratory technologist, Mr. Abdallah Adham, a professional bee farmer. For the junior members, Noor Abdel Ali, Asma Basha, Rula Muharib, and myself. We are now in the small scaling phase, which began in 2023. We request $10,000 budget divided into the data analysis, equipment, and labor costs. By 2030, we plan for product development and IP filing fees and certification, requiring a $55,000 and a $14,000 of budget for our final step, which is market launch and post-market monitoring, planned to be done by 2032. We thank you for your attention and looking forward to transform our innovation into a real-world, impactful project. Thank you.
Yeah, 14, 3 to 6.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Noor Matou. The project ID is 14-326, and today I'll be presenting Axikit. Cancer, or specifically breast cancer, is killing hundreds of thousands of women every year. Not because we cannot treat it, but more specifically, because we often detect it too late. So, talking about the mammograms or tissue biopsies, when the cancer is already there, these tools are a bit limited. They're like trying to stop a fire in a house that's already burning. So it's somehow too late. This is where Axikit comes in. Axikit is a simple blood test that allows us to detect cancer risk, and specifically breast cancer risk, years before it starts. It's high sensitive, it's high specific, and it's coupled and empowered by an algorithm that's very smart. So let's break it down very briefly. In our blood, there are like tiny warning signs. Let's call them red flags. We found out that when these red flags are differentially expressed or they are coupled together in certain expression, this point out high cancer risk in healthy women. And I say it again, healthy women developing cancer in a couple of years. We call the 3 molecules together an axis. Now, AxiKit can screen up to 50 axes in the blood of healthy women, pointing out their breast cancer development in a couple of years, and always empowered or coupled to the AI. So our TAM, obviously, the target of our kit are all women, whether globally, in the MENA region, or in Lebanon. And you can see the numbers are very high. Now, the priority of this kit are women at high risk. And when we say high risk, we mean women with a family history, women with like cancer in the family, smoking, obese, and etc. Now, our business model combines multiple revenue streams, starting by kit sales, licensing, SaaS, and grants, with special offers for labs and hospitals, as well as scalable distribution. Now, our 5-year roadmap, starting with the validation and the development of the kit, which is where we are today. And by validation, I mean clinical validation. And in a couple of years, we will be launching the project. I mean, like 2 years. So the competitive analysis, our competitors, or what we're different with our competitors, is that we are highly sensitive, we are highly specific. Remember, up to 50 axes in the blood. We detect cancer very early on, years before it starts, and we are cost effective, and we are coupled with an AI algorithm. We are seeking $10,000 to continue working on the prototype and for the continuation of the clinical validation. Lastly, the kit will cost us per patient around something $90. We're planning to sell it for $200. So just imagine our SOM, which is 236,000 women who are at high risk in Lebanon only doing this test. We're being a bit humble with the numbers here, but they're not that humble. So let's wrap up. AxiKit is a $200 kit that not only saves life, but also open a $9.6 billion market in Lebanon and in the region. Thank you. This is our beautiful team.
Hi everyone, my name is Antonio El-Haj. I'm going to present my PhD project 14356 on additive manufacturing for pharmaceutical application. How many of you have taken a medication that did not work, but you had to split it in half to get the right dose or to skip it? How many of you from industry have been shattered by the high production cost and unpredictable product quality? What if I tell you that 3D printing can overcome the gap between what you need and what you get? With 3D printing, we can produce medication layer by layer, much faster, and with minimal cost and resources. Imagine a patch that is not just a Band-Aid, but it is 3D printed with multiple layers made up of natural material that can heal, but not only cover the wound. It also, one of the layers also contains a drug that can be suitable for you and for your effective wound healing. Imagine oral tablet that can be designed with different sizes, shapes, and doses, all of them that can be printed at the same time within the same 3D printer. So you don't need to worry anymore about breaking the tablet into half for precise dosing. But these tablets can be smart, safe, and customized according to your needs. What about the market? It is huge. 3D printing in the pharmaceutical sector is going to be evolving, and the market size is going to be around $17 billion within the next coming few years. We expect to produce different products for different stakeholders according to market dynamics. Our business model is viable with social and environmental impact. We expect to have a sustainable production with minimized waste and minimized overproduction. As well as we plan to integrate innovation into our business operation to have better quality for better health and well-being. Our journey started by asking a question: how can we make medication more accessible, more affordable, and more personalized? So we developed prototypes by 3D printing that are now being validated for product development. There are several key players worldwide, particularly in the US, China, Europe, and the UK. These are pioneered in 3D printing, and they are supported by regulatory authorities like FDA. That's why we plan to be the first spin-off in Lebanon and the region to address unmet pharmaceutical needs within the pharmaceutical ecosystem. Our team is diverse with its complementary expertise in tissue engineering, pharmacy, biomedical engineering, mechanical engineering, and chemical engineering. We kindly ask for your support to acquire a powder-based 3D printer to complement with our existing 3D printer, and as well as to enhance our precision. We also plan to diversify our applications, such as developing drug-eluting medical implants. Some of you might say 3D printing, it is something scalable. Let me tell you that we are shaping the next generation of pharmaceutical manufacturing with precision and care, layer by layer. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. From Diabeat team, our ID is 14481. I'm happy to introduce Diabeat, a transformative solution of in the healthcare industry. Well, I'll start by a personal story. My cousin, he suffered from diabetes since he was born. So during his journey, I've witnessed the struggles he endures daily. From the painful finger pricks in his hands every half an hour to detect his glucose levels, to the stress of his family trying to manage his insulin dosings, fearing any dose that could lead to severe complications, and the restrictions of how he could live the life of a kid. Like him, there's 300 million patients, 3.4 million die every year, and we're spending over $1 trillion on diabetes management and on painful tools. So as a solution, we provide Diabeat by introducing the first technology by building a first non-invasive continuous glucose monitor through spectroscopy using light on the wrist. It's like I said, non-invasive, no pain, no needles, integrated with an insulin pump, and reading glucose data through the mobile application. And we're proud to be doing this in collaboration with the Diabetes National Organization in Lebanon, Dialab. Now we're tapping into a growing market in the healthcare industry. We have 270 million patients that need monitoring of glucose. We're estimating 15 million that are reachable in short term. However, our initial target is now 5,800 in Lebanon after scaling it to the US, before scaling it. Now, our revenue stream is basically from the device sales, the accessories that come with it, and the maintenance every year. We have a one-time purchase with 5-year warranty. We're thinking of a distribution for B2B and B2C from hospitals, clinics, and the patients directly. We provide a system that is modular. So for example, if the patient wants just the CGM on the wrist, and with the entire system, the insulin pump and the mobile application, we're providing comfort, affordability, real-time data insights, and a peace of mind for every diabetes patient. Now, we started in last September by researching and development. We got promising results. Now we're in the phase 2, finalizing our functional prototype. Then we will focus into testing and validation, regularity pathway with the Ministry of Health. And we are thinking of 2026 to commercialize Diabeat first in Lebanon and then scaling it to the US after post-approvals. Well, unlike any other system in the market, we are the first system to have a non-invasive CGM. We filled all the gaps and improved in all its modules. It's a non-invasive CGM, no needles and no pain. And meet the team with a powerful mix of engineers, undergraduates, computer, mechatronics, and electrical, supervised by Dr. Noel Malouf with his expertise in robotics and control systems. And we want to make Diabeat real, so we are asking for a fund of $10,000. 300 will go for testing to make sure that our system is purely functional and is effective. 3,000 for research and development because, of course, we need, in addition, the medical expertise, and 500 for certification for post-approvals. And because Diabeat is not just a device, it's a promise for every diabetic patient, we're asking you to beat the pain, beat the stress, beat the feeling of being different by being the hope, be the change, and be Diabeat. Thank you.
Okay, so before I forget, the project ID is 15480. Okay. Let's take into consideration that you're going back, you're taking your kids from school, and the teacher wants to talk to you for a few minutes. Now, she says that your child may have ADHD. And so obviously, I assume you're a very responsible parent, which you are, and you want to get them diagnosed. Well, that is not as easy as it is, because for you to get a practitioner, which is rare, you will have to wait a month before the consultation. You will have to fill a lot of paperwork. And even the consultation itself will take you hours. Now, let's say that your child was diagnosed with ADHD finally. Well, you have to know that there is a 30% chance that your child doesn't have it. And this is the current rate of false positives in the ADHD diagnostic system. Now, definitely, this is a problem for you, a problem for your child. But most importantly, this is a problem economically, as $266 billion are wasted every year because of ADHD mismanagement and misdiagnosis. $266 billion. The solution? Cogni, an award-winning concept that uses VR and AI to diagnose for ADHD. So what happens concretely? The child enters the clinic. Instead of having interactions for 2-3 hours, they have interaction with the clinician for a bit, and then they put on the VR headset and play a game, which tests for their cognitive skills. During this game, the system, and through different biometric sensors, such as EEG and eye movement, is taking data. And this data is rather fed into a machine learning algorithm that creates a very detailed report. Now, the market in Lebanon is growing for ADHD, but our goal is not only ADHD. In the future, it would even expand itself to different cognitive disorders. In Lebanon alone, we have more than 10K diagnostics happening every year. In the MENA region, the ADHD diagnostic digital market itself, very niche, is $3 billion. And worldwide, it goes on to $15 billion. Our revenue model, while still at its infancy stage, relies on the competitor's view of it. And so today, we hope to build something that can be sold via device sales, via software as a service subscription, and through institutional licenses. Our main customers are, again, clinicians. So we're not replacing them, we're helping them in developing these diagnostic services. And it's going to be mainly hospitals with pediatrics/psychology clinics and private practices. So far, we have a fully functional prototype that has undergone the very meticulous eye of Stars of Science. So we have been able to go forth in Stars of Science, and we have been part of different accelerators. Currently, we're undergoing at a very good hospital in Lebanon, which I won't cite, pilot stage, and our next step is clinical trials. So once we're done with clinical trials, we're going to go for regulations such as CE and FDA, and then put our product to market. After this, we hope, and we're still right now going for agreements to have a multi-center clinical trials with different hospitals in Qatar, the US, and Europe. What really puts Cogni apart, it's the richness of the data it's gathering during these 6 minutes. And this, we hope, will increase the accuracy of the test itself. Not only this, the fact that we're streamlining this whole process makes that our tool will make ADHD diagnosis go from tertiary care to primary care services, and therefore make it more accessible to people from different backgrounds. When I say we, I mean Dr. Mark Barakat, who's a neuropsychologist, Dr. Mariat Awad, who's a professor of ECE and the head of AI Hub. Really, it's difficult for me to not say the university, but whatever. And myself, who's an undergrad student. If we win, we're going to be mainly preparing for the clinical trials, as in putting the money on hardware and AI software development, in addition to cloud and computing infrastructure. Our goal is to make sure that each child reaches their full brain potential, one diagnostic at a time. And we hope that you can be part of this mission as well. Thank you.
Thank you, professors and students. Now we will move on to track 2 with 3 projects in the agri-food sector, 4 projects in the ICT sector, and 2 in the health sector. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Christina Isa, and my ID number is 14543. I will be presenting our project, which is Novel Sustainable Dry Ice Blasting Technology for Solid Food Decontamination and Detoxification. Did you know that all the solid foods that we eat, such as rice, nuts, sesame, and corn, can still be contaminated with bacteria, fungi, and mycotoxins even after treatment? The usual treatment ways aren't strong enough to fully remove these hidden dangers. So what looks fresh and healthy might not be as safe as we think. 600 million people get sick each year from food contamination. Bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria can cause serious food poisoning. Mycotoxins are stable at very high temperatures and are known to cause cancer. Food contamination also causes $95 billion in economic losses worldwide, and nearly 1.3 billion tons of food are wasted each year. From an industrial perspective, contaminated food causes product recall and damages the brand's image, and may even lead to import-export bans from the FDA and the EU authorities. Our solution is an innovative dry ice blasting technology that uses solid CO2 in order to remove these bacteria without heat or chemicals. By combining rapid gas expansion with extreme cold, we can remove bacteria, fungi, mold, and mycotoxins without damaging the food's quality and nutritional value. So, out of the 17 SDGs, our novel design is directly targeting 6 of them. The dry ice blasting machine is filled with the dry ice pellets that will be propelled with filtered dry air into the customized vessel. This vessel contains our solid foods that will be agitated and directly targeted with the dry ice flow at minus 78.5 degrees Celsius, causing a rupture of the microbial membrane that is concentrated at the surface of our solid foods. So the direct sublimation of the CO2 into a gas will remove all the mycotoxins away from our solid foods. In order not to emit the exiting CO2 into the environment, it will be entering into a scrubber where it will be absorbed with NaOH, and we will have a valuable product, which is bicarbonate, that we can later sell to industries. The TAM is estimated to be at $500 billion internationally, and the sum at $500 million internationally. Our pricing strategy will be based on the food type, and a B2B sales model will take place. The cost structure will be based on the machine development, And as it's a sustainable, non-chemical and non-thermal decontamination method, we are expecting to achieve profitability within a year, and we are directly targeting solid food processing industries. We are done with the first phase, and the second phase is for prototype building and microbial testing, and the third phase is for further optimizations. Between the usual treatment methods and our technology, it is very clear that our technology has a very high effect on bacteria, fungi, and mycotoxins. While heat and chemical treatments have a very high impact on nutrients and vitamins, our technology has zero impact, and it clearly leaves zero chemical residues. It has the shortest treatment time, and it is the most sustainable treatment method. This is our team with our supervisors, Dr. Jean-Claude Assaf and Dr. Mantoura Nakad, myself, Christina Isa, Sharel Atalla, and Teresa Zaiter. Our industrial partner is Société d'Oxygène et d'Acétylène du Liban that will be providing us with the dry ice pellets, and this is our total requested fund. So let's build a sustainable, novel dry ice technology for safer food, enhanced quality, and cleaner planet. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk about the sustainable hemp fiber. And actually, our ID number is 15039. I know that all of you are tired about seeing such pictures over the media, talking about the plastic dump, the plastic burning, and the impact of the health and the human brain activity. Of course, the first resolution is to recycle the plastic, or go to the synthetic fibers. However, some studies shows that replacing the natural synthetic fibers and the plastics with natural fibers have the same result, with an advantage of time, money, and energy. Mainly the hemp fibers. The hemp fibers are known also to be more applicable and having more advantages over the industry and the fabrication of materials. Our project only focus on extracting the hemp fibers. So our studies showed that one of the technique that we adopted led us to extract 50% in mass of the total hemp plant that we get in the lab, to make sure that our fibers are actually meeting the standards. We have done several types of tests, beginning with physical tests, chemical tests, electrical tests, etc. So at least our materials meet the standards. The market opportunity is actually very wide for us. It goes from food industry to pharmaceuticals to medical to construction, to electrical, to composite. And actually our target market for the first part will be the food packaging. Then our TAM will be, of course, local in Lebanon, and the SAM will be only for the moment for the fruits and vegetables, and the SAM will be actually targeting only the soft fruits and vegetables in one region at the Mount Lebanon. The revenue stream, it's the final product and actually the byproduct, which could be used as compost, so 100% use of the material. The pricing strategy is very simple. We're talking about only the total cost and the desirable margin added. Of course, we have to add also our advantage, which is the 50% of the total revenue coming from the compost. Our sales will be indirect to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer will deal with the industry. And of course, with a direct sell to the farmers to use the compost. The cost structure is also very simple. It's based on two main parts: the transportation of the hemp plants, and of course, the processing that actually leads us to the final product, which is the hemp fiber. And the refining at the end will be optional for the industry. What we are proposing actually is a valuable product. It's strong, sustainable, clean, biodegradable, and free of chemicals. This is the viability of our product. We count on two major parts. The first part is the availability of the hemp fibers, and the second part we count on applying the hemp law legislation done by our parliament in Lebanon. This is just a quick table showing our evolution with the gross margin, beginning with 50 tons and leading to process 200 tons at the end. Where we are now, we published the article, we are trying to deal with several industrial, and we have one potential industrial, to begin with them an awareness campaign. Oh, okay. Yeah, the awareness campaign, and to have a scale model. Of course, these are the competitive analysis counting on two main streams, the extraction and the fiber type. The extraction shows us that we have a remarkable and significant results related to the fibers, and of course the fiber type will lead us with a competitive price and of course a wider utility. We're not asking for a funding as an industry. We're asking only for $10,000 to cover the raw material transportation, the extraction, the personnel, and of course we're using a green energy. Why? Because we don't want to see anymore on our media pictures of like these that fills our streets with the dumps. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is Paula Labake and I'm presenting the increased corn yield in Akkar. The ID is 16277. So let's start with a small question. What if Lebanon didn't have to import all of its corn? Today we consume more than 500,000 tons of corn annually, yet the local production only covers 1%. Why? Because corn production in Lebanon and farming is limited to the land and low in yield, averaging 3 tons per hectare, which is not even close to our regional neighbors like Egypt and Syria, reaching 10 and 5 tons per hectare. So we asked ourselves, can we turn this challenge into an opportunity? And the answer was yes. So we decided to offer two-sided solution. The first is soil fertility management, where we're gonna explore and analyze the soil composition and accommodate accommodate a fertilizing plan. And second is the precision farming technique using IoT and AI, where we're gonna integrate real-time monitoring, smart irrigation, and decision based on data-driven. This is not only a theory, this is scalable. Indeed, our model showed an increase of 65 to 180% of the yield, which means in the farming, this is more attractive and this is more profitable. And when farmers see results, they will allocate more land. Our projection showed also that even a small increase of the yield can expand the cultivated area by 5%. Which means more local corn, less dependency on import, and a thriving agri-food sector. Now let's talk business. Our model will connect farmers to a centralized smart system that will do all the heavy lifting, the monitoring, the farming, and the farmers will pay based on the yield increase, which means we're gonna have more engagement. The initial deployment for 10 hectares will help us validate our model. The second year, we're gonna upgrade to 200 hectares and then to 300 and 400 hectares. And this system can be applied not only for corns, but also for other grains. So we already started with the bibliography study, and now we're going to start with the development of the system and the validation. What makes us different? First of all, other than being non-traditional, we are local, and we are customized to the agricultural profile of Akkar. This is our team, including myself and 2 students with a background of food chemistry and nutrition. We are asking for 15,000 just for validating our project. And finally, this is more than an innovation. This is a transformation for farmers, for food industries, and for Lebanon. Thank you.
Esteemed jury, I stand before you today to plead for the future of agriculture. Now, I have an uncle. His name is Wadir, and for 27 years now, he has worked his land in the Bekaa, planting and harvesting many kinds of produce, the most lucrative of which, and his favorite, being corn. Now, Wadir is no first-timer. For 27 years, he has been able to tackle all the changing challenges of pests, weather, and all this kind of circumstances. Well, this didn't protect him when in 2016, he faced a disastrous loss. More than half of his maize had withered to a yellowish shade and died. The culprit? Olicamula yalunde, a disease also known as eye spot. Now, had he been able to spot the disease in its early stages, he could have tackled it and saved most of his crops. But he was not that lucky, and sadly, he's not the only one. Every year, the consensus of scientific research has agreed that about 40% of all alimental crops fall for this kind of fate. Alas, inspecting crops is a lengthy process that has to be done manually no more. Introducing Einbot, an all-in-one turnkey AI-powered solution of a drone that is able to easily identify any kind of disease in crops. Using machine learning, a neural network that is, it contains a locally executed AI model trained on an extensive image database of many diseased crops that highlights any suspicious tint and gives a readily available diagnostic as well as complementary guidance to treat it. Our prototype will be focused on maize, as it is one of the most severely affected crops and is widely cultivated and consumed all around the world. However, our solution is easily scalable to tackle about any kind of crops, really. Just keep the hardware and update the software. As a business perspective, we are yet to decide if these kind of updates will be a premium or if they will be included in some kind of all-in-one fee. That's to be discussed later, depending on, the business. Now, as a side note, you are probably aware that agricultural drones already exist. However, none of them really have the specific abilities that our drone has, tending to the more menial tasks of irrigation or spreading chemicals on plants. Also, almost none of them are affordable or have a localized UI that allows for non-English speakers or low-tech users to easily use them. We plan on tackling this part. Einbot is currently being developed by a multidisciplinary team. We have chemical, agricultural, and electrical CCE engineers, and supervised by 3 doctors in engineering. With such an adaptable and unique product, we expect to be able to attract an ever-growing number of customers all around the MENA Europe region, as soon as we have a working prototype. Now, for this prototype, we require $5,000. They will serve to train the AI model, validate its effectiveness, and of course, everything that is hardware and hardware testing. Now, our industrial partner, SCAF Farm, will provide some monetary help, as well as give us the training grounds to really validate the effectiveness and reliability of our product. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Our project title is the Mobile Spot Welding Machine, and its ID number is 14902. Nowadays, corrugated sheets are being totally used in the construction of the new industries and the new warehouses. Until now, we fixed them using bolts, washers, and nuts. And you know, the price of these fixing elements is higher than the price of the sheet itself, regardless of the limited fixing quality and the huge power and time consumption. Exactly the same problem is present in the car industry sector. But in addition, the traditional spot welding machines are very heavy, bulky, and very hard to use in tight places. For this reason, we created the mobile spot welding machine that uses the capacitor discharge circuit, which is very power efficient. And it is simply a hand-operated device, gun-shaped, that makes me reach any point I want. So for example, in the case of fixing a corrugated sheet, I can come from the top, pull the trigger to release the piston, and then the corrugated sheet is fixed to the structure very firmly. Furthermore, the lightweight and the compact design helps us use it in tight places, for example, in the case of a car that is being manufactured. Here I would like to present some pictures of our working prototype that we have already built. It is composed from both a stationary machine and this mobile machine. Concerning the market, our realistic target is to start selling around 3,000 to 5,000 units, and this can make for us around $7 million. But the actual market that is reachable by our product is worth around $100 million. And if we sold this product to everyone globally, we can capture $800 million. Our business model is very straightforward. It is partnership-based. We want to partner with an existing manufacturers. They will handle the production, the marketing, and the sales through their channels, and then we share the profits as per an agreement. Concerning the roadmap, we started by identifying the need in the market for an innovative pneumatic spot welding machine. Then we started to build our prototype, tested it, and now we are planning to test it in a real workplace to be able to launch it smoothly later on. There is a lot of manufacturers, a lot of designs, but what makes our approach very special is first the power-efficient capacitor discharge used in our machine, the lightweight, the compact design, the high quality of welding, furthermore, the very low cost of manufacturing. This project cannot be done without our team. So thank you, Dr. Rahal, Dr. Sheet, Mr. Ballouz, and my teammates, Hassan Uzair and Wafi al-Naqib. For the funding, our prototype costed us around $1,000, and we are planning to redevelop it in a more professional way and to redesign it. For this, we are raising to $4,000, which will go directly to the development of the product. At the end, I would like to invite everyone to invest in this project because we really love to build it here in Lebanon and stay here in Lebanon. I have this video of the prototype testing in our senior presentation, where we welded some metal sheets with different thicknesses. I can repeat it if I have some time. This is the demonstration of the stationary machine. Is welded. Thank you so much for your attention.
Hello, my name is Sarah Hamze and my project ID is 15349. Right now, beneath this room, Lebanon is burying $200 million a year, not in cash, but in trash. Because every time a worker misses a piece of recyclable plastic, a factory imports it instead. Every time a sorter gets injured, a hospital bill drains the family's savings. And every time we burn waste instead of sorting it, we light Lebanon's lungs and money on fire. So, how can we raise the sorting rate while reducing labor, lowering cost, and improving quality? Let me show you the future. Our project is an AI model based on data set collected from Lebanon market. Our model will be built as the brain of the sorting system. What makes our product unique is less sensors, that means low cost, less labors, that means low health insurance cost. Because our product is based on data set, it's so easy to adapt to the new data set, and because our product and because Lebanon sorting centers are decentralized, so we can sell our product to many customers. How it works? The process starts with the input data set, which is used to train the CNN AI model. Once trained, the model can operate within the sorting system, where it identifies materials as they pass by the cameras on the conveyor belt. Okay. The system is designed with flexibility, allowing users to specify their requirement based on the type of material they wish to sort. With our solution, the percentage of sorting efficiency will increase. That means increasing the income of the sorting centers. The percentage of accuracy will increase, leading to increasing the percentage of recycling and the quality of recycled items. For our market, more than 20 sorting centers, 1,465 municipalities, private sectors, Lebanese Ministry of Environment, and NGOs. For the business model, in the 5-year, the total cost will be 264,000 euro. The total sales will be 396.5 thousand euro. The total profit 132.5 thousand euro. The payback period will be 3 years, 4 months, and 92 models were bought. We have done the project plan and requirement. We are now in the labeled data set. Our future steps will be training, validation, and testing results. Let me show you how our AI model stands out from traditional manual and automated sorting system. Very high accuracy, about 98%, very high speed, medium operational cost, high scalability and adaptability, and very low labor requirement and medium maintenance needed. Our team includes experts in AI modeling, deep learning, and data collection and analysis. We ask for 6,000 euro divided into software, hardware, and cost for data collection. With your support, we can turn smart waste sorting into a real force for change. Let's work together to create a cleaner and smarter future, and thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Marilyn Zgheb, a 5th year industrial chemistry and petrochemical engineering student. My project focuses on design optimization, installation and maintenance of water treatment systems using digital intelligence. My project ID is 15383. Inefficient water treatment leads to high industrial and domestic risks, causing corrosion, production downtime, and rising operational costs, and posing serious health hazards. Globally, over $360 billion are spent annually on water treatment operations with major efficiency losses. This is why I'm introducing a smart, self-optimizing, and sustainable solution. We combine AI, IoT sensors, and digital twins to optimize water treatment process from design to maintenance. AI learns from real-time and historical data to adjust dosing, filtration cycles, and pump speeds without a human error or delay. While digital twin simulates processes, predicts failures, and provides early guidance before costly issues occur. This reduces energy and chemical use and can save operational costs by over 20%. A growing market, a smart opportunity, driven by rapid urbanization and the global push for sustainability. The total addressable market of water treatment, worth over $500 billion, is growing annually at 6%. Simultaneously, the adoption of AI and IoT sensors is accelerating at 15 to 20%, creating the opportunity to save over $100 billion through smarter systems. Our serviceable addressable market includes hospitals and industries across the MENA region valued at $100 to $300 million. We're starting with a serviceable obtainable market of $1 to $6 million in Lebanon, where the need is urgent. Now is the time to act, starting here and scaling worldwide. Regarding our business model, this solution is a fully integrated service, not a standalone product. It includes IoT sensors installation, AI-powered digital twin, and the training for operators to ensure smooth adoption. And once integrated, it can save over 20% in operational costs. Through our roadmap, I have started with a strategic planning and scoping, then moved to a technical research and feasibility study, and now I am heading to the system design and digital modeling, which will be followed by the prototype development and testing. After that, I will have the deployment strategy and maintenance model, and finally, the data analysis and impact assessment. Concerning the competitive analysis, we all know that the traditional systems are manual, high cost, require significant operator involvement with minimal training, while the existing smart tools are semi-automated with a high cost, but our AI integrated solution is fully automated with quick return on investment, full training. My team consists of Dr. Dayan Shlela, my lead supervisor, myself, and EGR Consumer, my industry support. The total budget is estimated around $3,450, an equal share of 9% allocated between labor
Hello everyone, my name is Khalid Musa. My project ID is 15191, and today I will be talking about ventricular assist design, a design improvement, a wireless approach. Now let's begin with the problem. The problem is that we have 25 to 30% of heart failure patients which are using the VAD, the ventricular assist device. As we can see, it is a mechanical pump that will assist the heart by pumping the blood. So this percentage of patients are dying due to several complications. One of them is the infection and bleeding caused by the lead wire. So as we can see, this is the lead wire that will cause infection, and the function of this lead wire is to deliver power to the implanted system. Another complication is that it has a high cost. Because of the high cost, it is considered the last solution for the heart failure patient. Now, the current solution are it require ongoing monitoring, hospitalization, and infection control. Our solution, it will reduce the percentage of patient dying because we are eliminating the lead wire and we are replacing it with a wireless approach. And also we are aiming to lower the price of the VAD. So our solution, it will enhance the patient mobility. It will give chances to patient to implant the VAD in an early stage. It will also reduce hospital visits. It will reduce the infection and bleeding risk. And finally, it will provide us with a real-time monitoring. So now regarding the market opportunity, we have the TAM, total addressable market. So around 10,000 to 15,000 VAD are implanted annually. It is expected to grow from 10 to 15% compound annual rate. So globally, the market is around $2 to $3 billion. Now we need to focus that we have a percentage of patients dying. This percentage is considered as a loss in the market. As you can see, we have a $600 million loss. Now, regionally, we have $100 to $200 million as a market and $3 million lost. In Lebanon, we have $4 to $6 million and a $1.2 million loss. For the SAM, we have $1 billion globally, 50 million regionally, and 2 million in Lebanon. For the serviceable obtainable market is a 20% captured from the SAM, which is around $400,000 in Lebanon. So this is our business model. The revenues are generated from licensing revenue, which is from offering and allowing other companies to use our product and technology. We have the sales, our direct sales to companies from offering them licensing deals. Now for the cost structure, we have divided it into 4 parts. First, we have the research and resources, 15%, 40% for the product development, 30% for the marketing, and 15% for the clinical testing. This is our roadmap. Phase 1 will be beginning with the research and concept development. Phase 2, we have the design and engineering. Now we are in phase 3, which is the prototype development. Phase 4, clinical testing. Phase 5, we have the regulatory approval, and phase 6, we have the commercialization. This table will highlight the key features of our product against the 2 major companies of the VAD. We have the Medtronic and Abbott. Our product doesn't require a lead wire. Our product have a wireless power and transfer. Also, it has a less invasive surgery, a remote monitoring, and it reduces both cost and risk of infection and bleeding. So this is our team. We have our supervisor, Dr. Mohammed Ayash, a biomedical engineering specialist. The other team members are a biomedical engineering student, project developers. So with the fund, we are dividing it into 4 main parts. We have 15% for the research and resources, 40 for the product development and materials, 30 for marketing, and 15 for clinical testing. Let's build this project together and decrease the number of deaths. Thank you.
How many times have you received that call, grandmother, an uncle, or someone you loved has fallen? So these moments are real, and they're happening daily to 30 million people around the world, elderly people around the world. So this is the problem we're addressing. So today I'll be presenting ElderGuard, which is a fall detection and e-health monitoring system and using telemedicine connectivity. So our ID number is 15266. And as we all know, the elderly face a high fall risk due to chronic health condition, living alone, and inaccessible tech. And falls are the leading cause of injury and death among people over 65. Yet current systems are reactive, not proactive. So what's missing? We're missing continuous monitoring, immediate response, and integrated digital health ecosystem. So we created ElderGuard, which solved this dilemma. with 2 wearable devices. The first one is a wrist-worn motion detector, and the second one will be a chest-worn ECG monitoring system. Both are communicating via Wi-Fi and GPS and synchronizing with a custom-built telemedicine application for real-time data transmission and emergency data. We're not just detecting falls, we're trying to predict them and prevent them from happening. This is our team led by Dr. Amira, and these are my colleagues. And this is a snippet of our framework. And also, we are targeting first the elderly individuals over 65 plus, and the second targeted customers will be the nursing homes, insurers, and hospitals. As for our market strategy, it is sharp. According to WHO, our TAM is 30.8 million elderly people that are fallen each year related to heart-related issues. And as for the sum, globally, as for the sum will be 15 million person over 65, which are falling also to heart-related issues in MENA, EU, and USA, also Canada. And as for the sum, which are our deployment market, it will be varying between 150K to 300K elderly people who are falling also to related heart issues. So we project rapid scaling by 2027 with B2C and B2B models, selling directly to families, partnering with nursing homes, hospital, and insurers. So what set us apart compared to local and international players, we offer health monitoring plus GPS plus the telemedicine in one system, and our system also is cost effective and have data privacy and security. Also, they are baked into our architecture. So this is our roadmap. The idea initiated in 2024. Then we did a thorough research, and we did also a concept development. Now we are in the phase of prototyping, and we are expecting to do market launch in 2027 and do commercializing in 2028. So this is our prototype development. Here are the wrist-worn device, which will do the motion sensing, and the chest-worn part, which will monitor the electrocardiogram. So we are seeking $4,000 in seed funding that we should cover prototyping, testing, custom enclosures, and the app development. This will allow us toward full product validation and launch. We're not just building a product, we're trying to build a peace of mind. So let us create a world where there's no one left waiting on the floor. Thank you.